Today on Alley Picked, I'm going to review this action camera, then I'm going to give it away to you, one of my viewers. This is the camera that I use when filming most of my Alley Picked videos. It's the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I love this little camera. It's got a touchscreen, voice control, and the audio and video quality are excellent. But recently, I was contacted by this other company called Apeman. They wanted me to review their action camera. So that's what I'm going to do. And since I'm pretty much stuck on the GoPro, I really don't need this when I'm done. So I'm offering it to one of you, my viewers. More details on that at the end of this video. In order to make a good video, it really comes down to three things. You obviously need some good content. But when it comes to the camera, you have to have good video and good audio quality. Now, for a price of 60 bucks, is it possible for an action camera to have good audio and video? To review this action camera, I'm going to be comparing it to the GoPro, which may or may not be a fair comparison, considering that the GoPro costs 300 bucks and this only 60. But again, I'm not looking for these things to match up head to head. I'm only looking for good audio and good video quality. So before I review this, let's open the box and see what's inside. It comes with printed instructions, which I like. The camera comes inside this plastic case, which immediately tells me that in order for this thing to be waterproof, it's going to need to be inside the case, similar to the older GoPro Hero version 4. And here's the camera. But before I get into the camera, here's all the accessories that come with it. Two accessories worth mentioning are the plug-in microphone and the remote control. One button starts and stops the video recording, the other button takes a picture. Back to the camera. It's amazingly lightweight. Without the battery, it weighs a measly 1.5 ounces. To install the battery, slide this flimsy plastic latch. It does require a second hand to lift off the door. It would be nice if the door popped open and were hinged, but it comes completely off. It does come with two batteries, but there's no external charger, so they have to be charged inside the camera. This camera does not come with an SD card. You'll need to provide your own. And if you win this camera, I will include a 16 gig card for your convenience. The first test that I did was to put the GoPro and the Apeman side by side and make a couple of recordings to test the audio and video. Here's what that looked like. So here's a side-by-side shot of both the Apeman 4K camera and the GoPro Hero 7 camera. Currently the settings are the same. They're both set to 1080p 60 frames per second with stabilization turned on. From that last clip, you can see that the GoPro does have better video and audio quality than the Apeman camera. But keep in mind that you can adjust your video settings in the software editing programs. On this next clip, I'm going to show you how the stabilization works as we go for a ride on my Yamaha scooter. Now on that video clip, a couple things you probably noticed. One, the stabilization on the Apeman was not nearly as good as it was on the GoPro. Secondly, the audio. The audio with the wind blowing across the camera mic was extremely loud, to the point where audio on this action camera is almost completely useless in an active situation. Now that was video, but how about photos? Does this thing take good pictures? It has up to 20 megapixels, but does that stand up against the GoPro? Or I'll even compare it to pictures that I took on my cell phone. The pictures I took with the Apeman camera are not very good. The individual flowers, they blend together. The leaves on this tree are washed out. Even my smartphone, which is a few years old, takes better pictures than the Apeman camera. So let's talk about the pros and cons to the Apeman camera. The pros, it's very lightweight and it's inexpensive. The cons, The video quality was mediocre. Facial tones tended to be overexposed and reddish in outdoor lighting situations. The photo quality isn't very clear. My cell phone took better pictures than the Apeman camera. Now, the audio on the camera is pretty good. However, when I did plug in a microphone, it only got worse. So right now, the audio is strictly on the camera. I'm going to plug in the microphone. Now I'm using the microphone. Is it any better? Is it worse? And then when an action situation happened where there was a lot of wind blowing past this, the audio was useless. In summary, you get what you pay for. If you can't afford a GoPro and you need a small, lightweight camera, this one just might be good enough. Now, if you want this camera for yourself and all the accessories that came with it, plus I'll throw in a 16 gig SD card. Here's how the contest is going to work. In the comments section of this video, I'd like you to give me a general idea of where you live. That way I can calculate the shipping costs. Number 2, tell me why you need this action camera. If I like your story, I'll put your name in a hat, and then in about a week, I'll have a drawing. And if your name is chosen, you win. I'll let you know, and then you can give me your full address. I'll drop it in the mail, and the camera is yours. Thanks for watching Alley Picked. Until next week, I'll meet you in the alley.